Thank you for visiting my channel. Before we start, please hit the subscribe, like, and share buttons to receive notification of future presentations. Our lesson for today is the nationality principle under Article 15 of the new Civil Code. Article 15. Laws relating to family rights and duties or to the status, condition, and legal capacity of persons are binding upon citizens of the Philippines even though living abroad. This provision outlines what is legally known as the nationality principle or personal law in Philippine private international law or conflict of laws. The core principle, nationality rule. Under Article 15, the Philippines adopts the nationality theory rather than the domiciliary theory, which binds a person to the laws of the country where they live. This means that a Filipino citizen carries their national law with them like a shadow, regardless of where they move, work, or reside in the world. Scope, what does it cover? The law explicitly limits this extraterritorial application to three specific areas. First, status and condition. This includes a person's legal status, such as being single, married, divorced, widowed, legitimate, or illegitimate. Second is legal capacity. This refers to a person's qualification to enter into legal transactions or exercise civil rights, like the age of majority or restrictions due to insanity. And third, family rights and duties. This encompasses parental authority, support, marital obligations, and the property relations between spouses. Key practical applications. Because of Article 15, certain rules strictly follow Filipinos globally. First is absolute prohibition of divorce. Since Philippine law does not allow absolute divorce for its citizen spouses, two Filipinos living in a foreign country like the United States cannot secure a valid absolute divorce there. Even if they obtain a foreign divorce decree, the same cannot be recognized in the Philippines and they will still be considered as legally married. Another is legal capacity to marry. If a Filipino wants to marry abroad, their capacity to marry, such as meeting the minimum age requirement and not having existing legal impediments like an active prior marriage, is governed by Philippine law, not the law of the country where the wedding takes place. Notable exceptions and nuances. While Article 15 seems absolute, it interacts with other articles of the Civil Code and the international jurisprudence, leading to important exceptions. First is foreign divorces in mixed marriages under Article 26, Paragraph 2 of the Family Code. If a Filipino is married to a foreigner and they obtain a divorce abroad that capacitates the foreign spouse to remarry under his or her national law, the Filipino spouse is also freed from the marriage bonds under Philippine law. The divorce may have been secured by the Filipino spouse or by the foreign spouse or by both of them jointly. The second exception is naturalization. If a Filipino completely renounces their citizenship and legally becomes a citizen of another country, Article 15 no longer applies to them. They are now bound by the laws of their new home country regarding status and capacity. The third exception is lex loci celebrationes under Article 17 of the Civil Code. While the capacity to enter a contract or marriage follows the person's nationality, the forms and solemnities, or how the marriage ceremony or contract is executed, are governed by the laws of the country where it is solemnized. Summary. Article 15 is a declaration of sovereignty by the Philippine state over its citizens worldwide. It ensures that a change of physical residence does not result in a chaotic shift of personal and familial obligations, maintaining legal stability for the state and the Filipino family unit. Jurisprudence. To understand how Article 15 of the Civil Code operates in the real world, it is best to look at landmark Supreme Court rulings. These cases demonstrate how the nationality principle is strictly enforced and how its interactions with foreign laws have shaped contemporary family law. First, strict enforcement of the nationality principle. When both spouses are Filipino citizens, a foreign divorce is completely void in the Philippines because their marital status is permanently bound to Philippine law. Ten Chavez versus Escanio, GR number L-19671, November 29, 1965. Facts: Vicenta Escanio and Pastor Ten Chavez were secretly married in the Philippines. Vicenta later regretted the marriage, went to Nevada, USA, obtained an absolute divorce, and married an American citizen. Pastor sued for legal separation and damages in the Philippines. Ruling: The Supreme Court ruled that the Nevada divorce was invalid and not recognized in the Philippines. At the time of the divorce, Vicenta was still a Filipino citizen. Therefore, under Article 15, she remained legally married to Pastor under Philippine law. Her subsequent marriage and cohabitation with another man constituted a civil wrong under Article 2176 Civil Code, making her liable for damages for acts contrary to morals, good customs, or public policy. Takeaway: A Filipino cannot escape the absolute prohibition of divorce by simply traveling abroad to secure one. The impact of an alien's national law. While Article 15 binds Filipinos, it cannot bind foreign nationals whose status and capacity are governed by their own home countries. This disparity led to critical rulings regarding mixed marriages. Van Dorm versus Romilio, GR number L-68470, October 8, 1985. Facts: Alice Reyes, a Filipino, and Richard Upton, an American, were married but later divorced in Nevada, USA. Alice later remarried. Richard filed a case in the Philippines claiming that Alice's business in Manila was conjugal property and that he had a right to manage it as her husband. Ruling: The Supreme Court dismissed Richard's claim. While Article 15 states that absolute divorce is against Philippine public policy for Filipino nationals, it does not apply to aliens. Under American law, the Nevada divorce validly dissolved the marriage. Therefore, Richard was no longer Alice's husband and had no legal standing to sue her or claim marital rights over her properties in the Philippines. Takeaway: This landmark case laid the groundwork for what would later become Article 26, Paragraph 2 of the Family Code, ensuring that Filipinos are not unfairly chained to a marriage that had been legally dissolved by a foreign court. Loss of citizenship disengages Article 15. If a Filipino gives up their citizenship and becomes a naturalized citizen of another country, Article 15 ceases to apply to them. Llorente versus CA, GR number 124371, November 23, 2000. Facts: Lorenzo Llorente, a Filipino, was naturalized as a U.S. citizen. He discovered that his wife Paula was unfaithful, so he obtained a valid divorce decree in New York. He subsequently returned to the Philippines and married Alicia. Upon Lorenzo's death, Paula contested his will, claiming she was still his legal wife because Philippine law does not recognize divorce. Ruling: The Supreme Court ruled in favor of the second wife, Alicia. The court emphasized that because Lorenzo had already become an American citizen at the time he obtained the divorce, Article 15 no longer applied to him. His marital capacity and the validity of his divorce were governed by his new national law, which is the U.S. law, which fully recognized the divorce. Takeaway: Once Philippine citizenship is entirely severed, the individual is no longer bound by Philippine family laws regarding marital status or capacity. Thank you. If you find this presentation helpful, please subscribe to receive notification of future lectures.